What's going on, family? It's Speaker Success in the Morning. We got a special guest, Miss Jovonnie Ford, in the building. She's going to show us how we can ultimately heal our bodies and how we can create some healthy habits. Speaker Success in the Morning. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, successors? Y'all, today is July 9th. Today's Wednesday, July 9th, 2025. And you already know it's a great day to be alive. Welcome to Speaker Success in the Morning. It's Wellness Wednesday. And this is the time every single week where we go and we dive in and we go and find an expert in their field who can really help us educate or who can really educate us, right? To help us, so how we can upgrade and improve and empower our living. So excited for today's show. But y'all know we can't go nowhere. We can't really move this train forward until we bring out our co-host. Come on out, producer Britt. Talk to the people. How you feeling this morning? Producer Britt hiding from us, playing hide and go seek.
Good morning. Good morning. No, I was doing something.
Peekaboo, huh?
Good morning.
Peekaboo.
Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday,
How
man.
y'all doing?
We here. We rolling it in. Britt. 2 guests, 2 days straight. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, let's do it. I'm
Hey,
excited.
we here. We big time. We big time. Y'all, and as y'all are chiming in, as y'all tapping in, 2 things I want y'all to know throughout the show. One is we're doing this live, right? So you can feel free to drop your comments over in the chat, and we can shout you out. We can call out those comments. You can drop questions in the chat, and you might be able to, we might be able to slide some of those in throughout the show. So if you have a question, you have a thought, you have a comment, go ahead and drop that in the chat. And of course, if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss any episodes. You don't want to miss this content. So stay tapped in, y'all. Yeah. Just want to make sure the people know that, Britt. You got to treat people like they come into the house for the first time. Hey, y'all, be welcome. We cousins. We cousins. We here. We here.
Okay.
Yeah. For sure.
I like it.
But yeah, Britt, we can go ahead and roll on in. We go ahead and hit straight.
Yeah, you have to. We live, so you have to keep talking. I gotta go get the cable because you're not looking at the text. So I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Y'all. Yeah. So also just to update you all, if you all are local in the DFW area, one thing that I've been intentional on, and me and producer Britt and team have really been talking about, is getting out into the community. Right. We've been having calls, we've been having meetings with local business owners who have spaces and different individuals to where we can show up, we can pop up, do like a pop-up shop type situation, do live interaction, live interviews, on-site interviews. So y'all, if you're in the DFW area and you have a business, you're in the DFW area and you ultimately want us to be able to show up at your event and provide some media support, just provide some marketing. Y'all, we not asking you to pay us. We just trying to be on the spot to help create some exposure for you all, to help create and build the exposure for Speaker Success in the Morning on this side. Because the goal here is to be your favorite morning show, because we're the number one morning show right now in the DFW, all right? Number one morning show in the DFW. That's not up for debate. But what we also want you to know is we want to also help you in improving your business, right? So showing up, either interviewing you at these type of events or interviewing, participants or patrons of your event. So let us know. Feel free to shoot me a DM at Jonathan Jones Speaks. Feel free to shoot a DM at Producer Britt. And we're here ultimately to serve you. So family, just in case y'all did not know that, that's a little bit of housekeeping. And also one other thing I want to share, I'm gonna run it back. I shared it yesterday on the tail end, but you might have missed it. But y'all, producer Britt and myself, the Speaker Success Media team, we just locked in a partnership with a local school. So we're going to get ready to go into a school, and everything that you've been seeing us do here and incorporate here with podcasting and with marketing and with broadcasting, we're taking our experiences from her going to media school and doing this in real life and radio, and then me learning, School of Hard Knocks through podcasting. And we're going to teach some students how they can leverage these skills to better their lives, to further their careers. But now we're going to go ahead and transition. We're going to go ahead and get into the word, y'all. This is one of my favorite segments. It's called Straight from the Source. And in this segment, this is where we just break down scripture, and we just give you some food for your soul. All right. So today we're going to come from Hebrews chapter 4, and it's verse 4. It's chapter 4, verse 14 through 16. And the text reads, "Therefore, since we have a great high priest who has passed through heavens, Jesus, the Son of God, let's hold firmly to our confession. For we do not have a priest who cannot sympathize with our weakness, but one who has been tempted in all things, just as we are, yet without sin. Therefore, let's approach the throne of grace with confidence so that we may receive mercy and find grace for help at the time of our need." Y'all, there's a lot of different religions out there, okay? We won't be naive. There people got Buddha, they got Muhammad. There's so many different religions out there. I can't even keep track. And people always will ask the question, well, what makes your religion the right religion? Well, why should you trust a man named Jesus? Why should you trust Buddha? And people began to have these thoughts because this is healthy conversation, right? Healthy conversation, debate, to where people will go back and forth, just trying to get to a clear solution. But y'all, if I asked you in some of these other religions, do we know if the leader of that religion, one, went through struggle, went through hardship, was relatable to us at all? That's what's dope about Jesus, y'all. Jesus came down from heaven. Like, imagine that. Like, imagine you sitting up in heaven. You good. Like, you have a great life. You posted up. You don't got to do nothing else. Your life is set. But then saying, nah, I see John down there, and I need to go through this life so I can just show him that it's okay to go through struggle. It's okay to face challenge. It's okay to have hardship, because I can help him overcome some of these things just by leading by example. And that's what Jesus did. Y'all, the text says, "For we do not have a high priest who cannot sympathize with our weakness." The only way he can sympathize is because he's been through what we're gonna go through, right? He's experienced loss. He experienced death. And then down at the bottom of the text, it says, "One who has been tempted in all things, just as we are, yet without sin." So imagine that we were going through something, struggling, and we want to say, "Hey man, I don't know if I can rock with him because he didn't go through that," right? You can't tell me how to be in a relationship. You ain't never been in a relationship, right? So one of the things that we always want to consider, right, as we're in this position, in this space, and just knowing about what the word says, right? Because the word is truth. But the final verse I'm gonna read right here is verse 16. It says, "Therefore, let's approach the throne of grace with confidence so that we may receive mercy and find grace for help at the time of our present need." One of the things that I love about Jesus, and one of the things I love about the Bible, is that when I read scripture and I'm going through a tough situation, or I'm stuck in my mind sometimes, I just need clarity. I just need wisdom. I just need some insight. After I read the text and then I pray, I'll feel a little bit more confident about that thing, right? I'll feel a little bit better about that situation where I am. And y'all, this text says, "Let us approach the throne of grace with confidence." Grace is something that we all are in need of, either today, either tomorrow, maybe next year, maybe next month, who knows? But it says, "Let us approach his throne of grace boldly." Imagine if there was a space to where you made a mistake and you knew you made a mistake, but this isn't somebody saying, "I told you so. I knew you was going to make that mistake. I knew you was going to fall." But instead, this is somebody who is welcoming you, saying, "Come on, I got you. Like come here." And as I'm saying that, I'm just thinking about my son, who I'll tell him not to do stuff. I'll tell him to watch out for the ant pile. I'll tell him to be careful. But even still, if he still goes and plays in the Empire, or even if he still goes, trips and falls and hurts himself and he has a cut, I'm not going to say, look at you. I told you you weren't supposed to go play over there. No, 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 no. I'm going to say, come here. And then I'm going to help him navigate through how he can handle that bruise, through how he can handle that cut, and through how he can get some relief. And family, that's what this relationship with God is all about, right? He's not somebody who is telling us you should have got it wrong. You should have did this. You should have did that. No, family, he's letting us know, come, right? The word even says, come all who are heavy burdened, I'll provide you rest, right? It says that God will give us peace that passes all understanding. These are words that's in the Bible. And understanding that this is not a place or a space to where you will be judged in that way. God wants you. The word says that God is slow in his promise because he wants all those who have fallen and who have come up short. He wants all of us to have a chance to come to repentance, to where ultimately we accept him as Lord of our life. But then even beyond that, what we do is we confess our sins, right? So that we can be healed, we can be healthy, and we can be whole. So, family, today I want to hit on that from straight from the source. Man, I hope that encourages somebody today. If it does, please let us know in the chat. Let us know if you got something from straight from the source. Let us know where you're tuning in and tapped in from. Because y'all, at the end of the day, if we don't grow, then ultimately, what are we doing? I want to shoot up a quick prayer for y'all this morning. Father God, thank you for everybody here today, everybody catching the replay, everybody who's rocking now live with us on Speaker Success. I pray, Lord God, that in some way this word would touch them, it would minister to them, it would grow them, it would uplift them. And also, Lord God, I pray that whatever pain, whatever area of weakness, whatever challenge, whatever struggle that we, or I might be going through, that we would submit it to you. And just like it says right here in the text, so that we can approach your throne of grace boldly with confidence, so that we can receive mercy, Father God. So I pray, whatever it is, whatever the struggle, whatever the challenge, that it would be submitted today in 2025, in July 9th, 2025, so that ultimately we can receive healing and ultimately you can be glorified. All right. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So, family, like I said, that was straight from the source, and we hit straight from the source every single day, Monday through Friday. This is how we kick off the show, just so that you can get started with some food for your soul, right? Some food for your soul, because it's truly needed and necessary in these times in 2025. Just because, y'all, there are a lot of people who are going to tell us a lot of things. If it be online, if it be on YouTube, if it be in person, people will tell you a lot of things. And if we don't have a solid belief and a firm foundation in what we believe, how we're rocking, how we're moving, then ultimately we will end up being swayed to the left or to the right, just based on somebody else's belief and them projecting that to us. So I just want you to be encouraged today. And I want you, as you begin to cultivate and identify your belief, right, in whatever that is and whoever that is, I want you to be able to lean into that so that ultimately you can make your own spiritual decisions for your own personal growth, for your own development. That's been straight from the source, family. And we're going to be right back with more Speaker Success in the morning. We got Jovonnie Ford in the building. Excited about it. But we're going to dive in that conversation after this quick commercial break on Speaker Success in the morning. Are you a new or budding entrepreneur looking to set your business up for success? Profit Mode is here to help you navigate your entrepreneurial journey with expert education and services. From tax planning and bookkeeping to selecting the right business structure, Profit Mode has you covered. They'll even educate you on how to properly set up your business for building credit so you can grow with confidence. Profit Mode's mission is to provide you with the tools and guidance you need to establish a solid foundation for your business. Whether you're just getting started or you're ready to take the next step, we're here to support your goals. Let Profit Mode help you turn that entrepreneurial dream into a reality with the knowledge and services to back it up. Your success starts with the right foundation. Contact Profit Mode today to get started. What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Speaker Success in the Morning, July 9th, 2025. Y'all, it's a great day to be alive. Excited to be here today with you all. And y'all, today, I'm excited about today's guest.
Me
And the reason why I'm excited
too.
about today's guest, because Jovonnie, she's bubbly. Britt, she bubbly.
She alive.
Jovonnie, she
She
very
up.
much so alive. Very
That's
much
one
so
thing.
alive,
She
man.
up.
Yeah, so I don't want to waste no more time, man. We're gonna go ahead and just get into this conversation, man. We're gonna get into the conversation. But before we do, a little bit of housekeeping. Family, welcome. If this is y'all's first time tapping into Speaker Success, of course, go ahead and hit that like button, the thumbs up on YouTube, just so YouTube knows that you appreciate this content. And you're like, hey, those are our two favorite morning show people. This is the number one morning show in Dallas. Duh, thumbs up. So go ahead and hit that thing right there. And also, y'all go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe, just so you don't miss any of the content that we roll out. But man, without further ado, man, Jovonnie is super dope, because one thing that she's doing is she is all about healthy habits, right? Healthy habits. She's a lifestyle coach. Even beyond that, after being diagnosed with stage 4 endometriosis, PCOS, and fibroids in 2020, her personal health journey has really become her purpose. So without further ado, Jovonnie Ford. Jovonnie Ford, everybody. Jovonnie Ford.
Good morning, Jovonnie.
Yo, what up? What up? What up?
What's
How
up?
Oh man, how you feeling? How you feel? Vibe with me, y'all. Vibe
Right,
with me.
she vibing.
I'm
Good
feeling
vibes
good.
in the back. I like it.
Man. Okay. Let kids play podcast, activity playhouse. They say yes. We love Jovonnie's energy. Yeah. Bring that fire. Bring that fire. Jovonnie. So for the people that don't know, where are you from? Where are you from? Let's just dive in.
I am from Merck City, Sumter, South Carolina. Yes.
All
Born
right.
and raised Sumter, South Carolina.
Nice. What's the weather right now? How's it feel over there right now?
It feels like Dallas, because that is where
Okay.
I reside. That's what it
Yeah.
Oh,
feels
that
like.
is where I was
Storm that came. That storm
She said
that
that is
came
where I
through.
was at. Okay.
That storm that came through, I felt that. A little power went out, came right back on. But
Same, Jovonnie. Same. I was washing
Wow.
dishes and I had my headphones on and I was just washing, clean, listening to my music. And then the
Man.
lights, they flickered. And I was like, what's
Oh
going
yeah.
on? I look out the window, pouring. I had no idea.
No joke.
I had no
No
idea.
games. No
Yeah.
game. Man, that's wild, because we was at swim lessons last night, and then they let us know, yeah, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and cancel that tonight. Yeah, so y'all can go ahead and go home. Glad y'all got on, your little booties and everything, but that's not
Yeah.
happening.
And the crazy thing is
Tonight.
that the weather report said, I just didn't look at it, but it said 100% rain.
Oh, dang. I know it's 100%.
It said 100%.
Oh, wow.
100%. So I did not
Okay.
look at that. I was not paying attention, but wow. Okay,
Fair
Jonathan,
enough.
back to Jovonnie.
Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. Let's get into it. Let's get to it.
So she in Dallas right now. We know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's so funny.
something to raise me. Dallas pays me.
Hey, I like that. I like that.
Okay. So Jovonnie, I know that with the intro, we talked a little bit about stage 4 endometriosis and PCOS. So let's start from the beginning. Like what were some of the early what were some of the early signs or the symptoms that made you realize that something wasn't right with your body just in this space?
So first, Jonathan, I want to say I didn't even know what all those things even meant before I
That's
even
what I was
got
about to say.
diagnosed. So I like to start at the part where I normalized things that weren't normal. So the unwanted facial hair, saw it in my family members. So I just thought, hey, it's genetics, hereditary. It happens. Never knew it was a hormonal imbalance or a sign that my body was telling me something is off, or there's too much of a certain hormone that was being produced or stored. It was the painful bowel movements during my period. So many times, I don't know, producer Britt can vibe with me on this one, but we were told that your period is just going to be painful. We normalize period pain. And so the normal pain that I thought was not, my norm, it really wasn't normal when it came to my bowel movements that I would have when my cycle would be on. And that was excruciating. I didn't know. You know how you watch people have babies, Jonathan? I know you have two sons, and you see on TV the Lamage breathing, and you're like that's what I was doing in the
That's
bathroom
what I be
every
doing
single
Oh,
too. That's
and
wow,
crazy.
wow.
yeah, and I was just like, this isn't normal, but it was my normal, like gripping the walls, just trying to pass a bowel during my cycle. The
Man.
onset of nausea, thinking, okay, did I just get food poisoning? Anybody else sick? Like, why am I,
Mm,
nauseated or throwing up?
Mm.
Something that I just said, oh, it was just my hormones. Not always having my periods. Like, don't know if my
man.
period's coming this month, next month. One time I was at UNT as a transfer student and I didn't have my period for 3 months. And I was like, Mom, I don't know
Mm.
where my period is. And then she was like, well, sometimes when you're stressed out, you don't have your cycle. I don't know, producer
Right.
Britt, if you heard
Yes, because
that
that's what.
too. Like,
Yes. Yes. That's exactly. You're just
Okay,
stressed.
y'all you talking. You talking to her
Your
now. Yeah,
body
yeah,
just needs
yeah.
to calm down. You got too much going on. I'm like, it's still supposed to
mhm. And I was
come.
just like,
Yeah.
okay then. So I never took those signs as
Mm-hmm.
something that was off or not normal to then talk to a doctor about it when I did be seen. I was just like, yeah, I'm fine. And if they ask when was your last period, oh, let me see,
Mm,
and then I'll check and I'll just say it and they'll just be like, oh, okay. And just
Right.
kind of kept it moving. So I wanted to start on the things that I normalized because so many times we normalize heavy periods, we normalize painful periods, we normalize the onset of nausea, thinking that we just know what's going on and we really don't. And so that was some of the signals that I was getting since middle school. That I just was like, okay, that's just what it is. But
Mm-hmm.
wow.
Jonathan, it was August of 2019, and I just didn't feel like myself. And I'm not typically someone who gets sick because
Mhm.
I watched the documentary. I think it was Nearly Sick or Dying, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. I think that's one of them. And then
Oh,
like the
wow.
Game
Mm.
Changers. So I had already took like all meat out of my diet except for seafood. Like I don't
Mm.
know about y'all, but being from the
Man.
coast, like the crab legs, the fish, all of that was
Right.
really good. So I took that out, but I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
just like, okay, I'm all good, y'all. I'm fine. But I got sick and I couldn't explain why. And my nurse practitioner was my sorority sister at the time. So I luckily, because not everybody has this story, I
Mm.
luckily had somebody who cared about me, that had a relationship with me, that
Mm.
wanted me to do well.
Mm-hmm.
And so we
Wow.
thought it was just stress being in a new work environment, just high stress from work, high stress personal life. It was just stress that had me sick. It then happened again months later, August 7th, 2019, and I am going to work. I'm driving to work and I get this debilitating pain on my right side and it makes me weak at the onset of it. And I kind of
Mm.
swerve into the lane that was next to me on that right lane. And right behind me was an 18 wheeler. It took everything in me to get
Oh,
my
no.
strength back just to get back into my own lane,
Oh my
heading to work.
gosh.
And I was like, this pain is not normal. This is not something I could talk to somebody and they can
Mm-hmm.
tell me it's okay. Like
Right.
everything's going to be
Ooh.
just fine. And
Mm.
so that's when I ended up going to the ER. My nurse practitioner told me to tell him I needed to get imaging. So I knew what to say when I got there. So I wasn't dismissed. Again, a very fortunate thing that not everybody gets,
Mm-hmm.
to have that type of treatment and that dialogue to know what to say to get the right care.
Man.
That ultrasound and the scanning showed that I had a large cyst on my right ovary. And when you hear that cyst word, you're just like,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Mm.
what's really happening? Now I'm
Yeah,
starting to
yeah.
get scared.
Right.
And that's what started this journey of navigating to figure out what was actually going on inside of my body.
Mm.
And that's when those diagnoses came. And I was just like, say what now? Like somebody
Wow.
who had the health promotion degree, the health administration degree,
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
all the certifications, the family members that's in medical here, like nurses, and I've
Ooh.
never heard of any of these things. And now I'm starting to see so many different things that I normalized
Mm-hmm.
were not
Mhm.
things I should have normalized, and how it started to fester and grow inside of my body and cause an issue like that. And so that's
Wow.
what we came.
Okay. So when all of that happened and when you got your diagnosis, what did you do after that?
Girl, so producer Britt, that is such a good question because so many people would have been like, "Oh my gosh, what is this?" Looking at all the things, trying to
Yeah.
figure it out. And I
Mhm.
started
Self-diagnosis.
doing that,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
but I was just like, "Okay, this is getting a lot. This is being a little overwhelming because some
Mm-hmm.
things
Mm.
didn't add up. My endometriosis symptoms, the ones that I shared with y'all, they weren't like some other people who were always in pain. Like producer
Right.
Britt, in pain all the time since middle school, going to the
Mm.
emergency room. Like one of my clients since they were younger. Daddy carrying her in there, getting pain
I knew
injections.
girls like that. That always, I'd be
Mm,
like, "Are you okay?" But it would be, I just have really
wow.
bad period cramps, or I have to go to the doctor, or this, that, and a
Mm,
third. Like,
mm,
it
mm,
would
mm,
always be something that it was like excruciating pain for them, and I'm like, I have
Mhm.
pain too, but it's not like that.
That,
mm,
and it's not like that. And then you
Yeah.
start comparing the pain. And
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, the
Mm-hmm.
pain is not normal for either one of us, whether or not it's excruciating for you almost every single day of the month, even with your period on or not, or when it randomly just happens. Either
Mm-hmm.
way, both of us are experiencing pain that is not normal. And so that was a big thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, okay, one of my other sorority sisters, it was great because I was a part of the health and fitness part of my sorority. So I was
Oh,
able to be
lovely.
around all the health professionals. And so I was just like,
That's a win.
what can I do? And she was
Mm-hmm.
like, nutrition could help. Like, there's no cure, but nutrition could help. And that's where I
Mm,
channeled my energy
Mm.
because in college, I thought I wanted to be a doctor. I thought I wanted to be a nurse practitioner. And then I shadowed one. And I
Mm.
didn't like the smell of the hospital. I didn't like the vibes in the
ooh,
hospital. And
I
I was
feel
just
that.
like, this ain't it on the shadow.
Mm-mm.
I had an amazing professor in undergrad. And I absolutely loved her class. So I changed my whole major from biology to health promotions. And I was like, I want to help people before they get into the hospital. I don't even want them to have to get into the
mm,
hospital or get this sick. I
Mm-hmm.
want them to start living a healthier life. And that was me before I even knew what was going on inside of my own body. But I started really looking into nutrition. My mom really started looking into juicing to help my granddaddy. And
Mm.
then, but my mom was also experiencing some changes in life. And her body was starting to respond differently. So I was like, well,
Mm-hmm.
she wants the juice for my granddaddy. I want her to get the juice.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just start the juicing. And so we
Okay.
started juicing together and we called it Juice with the Fords. And we started doing little clips of us with the Nama J2 juicer, and we started juicing. And when I started juicing,
Ooh,
producing,
you got that good juicer.
indeed, because I
You
had a
got
good
that. You got
grandparent,
that
had a
top of the
good
line. You got that
good mom,
Ferrari,
so we went all the way
man.
in there, all the way, lifetime warranty,
Yeah, that's what I was
faucet.
about. Yeah.
And like, I'm not playing with y'all. And
Mm-hmm.
so I really got into juicing. And when I got into juicing, that's when my lifestyle changed to more plant-based living. And I started seeing my periods become better, lighter cycles,
Mm.
less pain, almost
mm,
to no pain. And once I realized the nutrition aspect was really working for me, I started thinking about what else was working. And it was my mindset. And then it was moving. And so it kind of led me to this, my healing formula, and I call it my M to the 3 healing empowerment formula: mindset, mindful eating, and movement. And that's what really shifted my lifestyle. And I saw most of my symptoms be reduced or go into remission just by changing my life and doing things differently.
Mm. Mm.
mm, mm.
Mm. Okay, well, that was
So
all great information. Bottled it up nicely. Love to hear it. A lot of women need to hear this. This is real. I know we have real conversations every single day on the show, but this one right here literally hits home because one, yes, I am a woman. Two, I am about to be on my period. So, so I'm about to
That just
not
went
necessarily.
off.
Right, right. And not necessarily I'm in pain. I'm 32 and I'm not in pain, but I guess when I get back, when we get back from this commercial break, I do want to ask a couple questions after, we get through your journey. Because I've been told sometimes, hey, that pain could be a blood clot and it's
mm,
just passing through and all of these other things. So she's shaking her
mm.
head. Okay, so she understands. Okay, so we're gonna take a quick break. This conversation is really for the ladies, but thanks for joining us, Jonathan. So we'll be right back with more Speaker Success in the morning.
Do you want to feel confident in your skin every day? Introducing Skin Rituals, a luxury home-based skin studio that specializes in hyperpigmentation, acne, and personalized treatments for every skin type. Owned by solo esthetician and registered nurse Courtney Durham, Skin Rituals is all about curating facial treatments designed just for you. Hydrate, brighten, nourish, and soothe your skin with expert care and cutting-edge techniques that promote natural healing. Whether you're looking for a relaxing facial or a transformative chemical peel, Skin Rituals offers results-driven treatment tailored to your needs. With over 7 years of experience, Courtney's goal is to help you safely achieve the healthy skin that you deserve. At Skin Rituals, we believe that taking care of your skin is an investment in your confidence. Book your appointment today and leave every session feeling grateful for the choice that you made to take care of yourself. Skin Rituals, because your skin deserves the very best. All right, family, welcome back to Speak Your Success in the Morning. Y'all, it's Wellness Wednesday. We have Miss Jovonnie Ford with us today. And man, Jovonnie, hearing about your story and you know, and seeing you and producer Britt, y'all just vibing. It's like y'all got that, like right here. Like, you feel me?
It's
like
that
y'all
woman to
doing that
woman right
mind reading.
now.
Yeah, y'all doing
Okay.
that mind reading thing. I'm like,
That
oh dang,
mind
y'all
reading.
vibing. I'm
Yeah,
here. I'm
yeah.
tapped in though. I'm really tapped in. I'm learning though.
I was
I'm
about to say, yeah,
learning.
you can learn something for real. Okay, so you got the diagnosis. You put yourself on the path to help people before they get to the hospital. You got the Ferrari juicer. You got the top of the line juicer,
Let me
and
upgrade you.
your mom and your granddad, y'all are all juicing, making clips. What is Jovonnie doing now? What's going on now? Where are we in the story with the
So
juicing?
where we are now,
Mhm.
we are at a place where I'm now providing a free training called the Heal Method, so I can share with people my M to the third degree healing empowerment formula, because I want more people understanding that there's power in their decisions and within their lifestyle to help them address the pain that they're currently seeking, or the issues why they're not feeling the energy that they know they deserve. And so I'm advocating and on a mission to make sure that I validate their experiences, but at the same time activating change and transformation for them to start feeling and living the life that they absolutely truly deserve. And so what it looks like on a day-to-day basis potentially is I'm a teacher. I was a middle school teacher and now I'm in high school, and I have definitely been talking to my female students about their lifestyles, about their period experiences, because even though a lot of what we talked about was talking about our period expenses, endometriosis, polycystic ovarian syndrome, fibroids, they're not just a adenomyosis, they're not just a period experience, it's a whole body experience. It's your body being inflamed, your body having hormonal imbalances. That's why Jonathan is very important in this conversation as well, because as a man, not only does he have a wife and other loved ones that are female, he can recognize that these things are normal. But Jonathan has to be mindful of his inflammation as well. Is he in high stress? What is he eating and consuming? How is he moving his body? Because then that starts leading into prostate, pancreas. Like Jonathan's issues could potentially be related as well, because at the end of the day, producer Britt, it's not really just our period experiences, it's the deep level of inflammation that our body is in. That's us staying in fight or flight mode all the time, not being able to, really calm down, and the types of foods that we're eating, and when we're not moving, what that looks like in our life. And so it's always a great conversation to have. Jonathan was also my podcast coach. And so knowing that, being able to have conversations with not just women on my podcast, I've been able to learn more about men and what they're going through, and how to better advocate for them as well by sharing their journeys of strength.
Love
So
it.
if you haven't, y'all, make sure y'all tune in to the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast. My podcast coach is right here on the screen with me, that helped me jumpstart that and really allow me the opportunity to find that confidence in my voice, to know that I do have a message to share. And something that I always had in those episodes, when I do have a guest, is asking them to say something to the girl dads, because men are just as important of being a part of this message, because they are a part of loving you. And that's what the journey looks like, producer Britt. It's a journey that I've gone on to learn how to love myself better. And it comes into my decisions in regards to how my thoughts, feelings, and beliefs shape my life, how I choose to eat, using food as medicine. But I'm a foodie, so making sure I'm eating the good foods and having good experiences as
Yeah, that's
well.
what
So
I
I'm
want to
not
talk about.
sacrificing my food experiences just to live better, to feel better. And then finding ways that I enjoy moving. And most of the time it's with my golden doodle Spencer, and just really getting out there and making things happen. So
Love
what it looks
it.
like is living the life, but also advocating for others and letting them know that they have that same power within, to help themselves feel better.
Right. Okay. I love it. Great. So, with that being said, so walk us through the juicing also, let me not get too ahead of myself. So when it came to you being diagnosed with the fibroids,
Mhm.
now I know that there's a surgery and you decided not to do that, correct?
So no, I didn't know what was going on in my body, and
Okay.
they encouraged me to get on birth control, but they suspected
That's so
endometriosis.
high school, middle
Mm.
school. Yes, that's so
Mm.
And
middle
that's
school,
not
high
the
school.
time to put kids on birth
On,
control so they
yes.
don't know what's going
Wow.
on their real body.
My mama
Wow.
said, "No, you are not doing that." Because I was like, "Well, I got cramps and all my friends going on birth control." So I was like,
Mm.
"I just want the cramps to go away." And she's like, "You are not
My
doing
goodness.
that." So,
Dang, that's so
but
I,
young.
go ahead, Giovanni. Go ahead.
and that's what I
Wow.
tell my students too when I ask them about their pain and they talk about their doctors wanting to put them on birth control. I was like, but did they tell you anything else you could be doing?
Right.
Mm.
Besides, now coming and getting a cup to get my juice
Mhm.
from my desk in my lunchbox. But
Mhm.
that's what it's all about. But it's the being able to help them with that and knowing what really the lifestyle changes need to be put in place, not
Mhm.
just the medication. And even if
Gotcha.
you go the surgery right, you still need a lifestyle that's going to complement and help your body continue to heal
Mhm.
because surgery and medication can only go so far and they
Right.
can only affect your
Mm.
body in so many different ways.
Mhm.
And
Wow.
so it's really a holistic approach,
Mhm.
Jonathan and producer Britt, because it's how you live your life, is how you're typically feeling. And
Gotcha.
we can shift from surviving to thriving if we really get intentional about the decisions that we make every single day on how we live.
Okay, so give us some
Mm.
recipes. What should we be drink? What should we be juicing? What should we be
Okay, so
eating?
what you should
Yes.
be juicing, just
Yeah.
to simplify it, right now, watermelon is in season. So it's really good
Okay.
to drink or consume fruits and vegetables that are in season. So I absolutely love apple lime ginger juice. Like it is just
Oh,
so good. It's so
Mm.
beginner friendly for everybody. Jonathan is really good for men's
Okay.
health too.
Okay.
But apple lime ginger is a whole vibe.
now
Producer Britt,
I didn't add the lime, but I do apple and ginger. It is like chef's kiss, my favorite juice,
Mm.
Giovanni.
goodness.
So adding the lime, I have no problem with that because I tell everybody,
Oh,
I'm like
I love
apple and
lime.
ginger, apple and ginger. It is the best. It's the best,
It
Jonathan.
is.
It's the
It's
best.
really good. And for those who I guess are struggling with heavy cycles, potentially fibroids, pineapples and
Mm.
carrots. So pineapple, carrots. I add lime and ginger in every juice for the
Okay. Okay.
alkalinity and for the inflammation,
Pineapple.
for the
Okay.
bloating, the pain.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like I'll tell you the ingredients, but you always got to add a little lime and ginger. Like you
Gotcha.
got to keep the mix vibing.
Gotcha.
Um,
Ah.
Okay.
Well, wait,
but
Giovanni.
okay,
I'm curious. I gotta ask this: do you
okay.
ever add additional sweetener, like maybe honey, or maybe what's the one that can be substituted for honey?
Agave.
Agave.
Agave. Do you ever do that, or
I
you just keep it
don't. I don't. Now
straight
my
juice? See,
smoothies,
see, I
Jonathan, I
told you,
will,
Britt.
but
I
not in
told
my
you.
juice.
No,
No,
I
I do
told
I
not.
told you,
you.
Britt.
Jonathan's
You
always
don't need to add
adding
that extra.
they
You
adding
need to add
stuff
that
in
extra
their
sweet.
smoothie. They add stuff in their juices over there, Giovanni. And I said, "No, Jonathan."
Just a little. Okay,
I
we
It's
said,
a
won't. We
safe
won't.
space, Jonathan. It's a
"Yeah,
Well,
safe
okay.
space.
I
But
said,
Thank you,
I will
Giovanni.
say this.
Jonathan." I
I feel
told
seen.
Adding
Thank
him
you, Giovanni.
natural
Thank you.
sugar.
I feel seen.
So
Okay.
tell me, what's the juice recipe that you would typically add
it's
your light
fruit,
sweet?
Giovanni. It's all fruit. It's all sugar.
I
All
mean,
anything.
almost all of it, Giovanni. Almost all just how you add lime and
Just
ginger and everything.
They
Like
add honey and agave
it'd be
and all
honey
them.
or agave.
so I want you to think about the fruits that you're using, Jonathan. Think about the fruits. The fruits that you're
Mm.
using,
Oh,
potentially
sorry.
apples. So apples are naturally sweet, and I won't get the green. You can get the red. So I love that. I
Okay.
call them gala apples. I don't know, it's the gala apples, but
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, I know
yeah,
what you're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about.
use
Mhm.
those,
Yeah.
Jonathan. Just keep adding more apples to it, and it'll help you reduce all of the additional sweetener you think you need. But
Mm.
I'm glad that you brought that up, producer Britt.
Mhm.
Sugar was a big thing for me. I
Mm.
grew up on
Mm.
Kool-Aid. And so
All
that's the
right.
way I consume my water. So the Giovanni today drinking water out of a glass was not it. Giovanni was drinking her water straight with the color of Kool-Aid and
Mhm.
sugar all day, every day. I grew up in the South.
Red
And I
40.
never drink water. So the sugar is real.
Okay.
Sugar is very much so addicting, and your body has
Mhm.
been eating the sugar, drinking the sugar for so long, it is
Mhm.
hard to make that transition. So while I'm not shaming you, Jonathan, because it is a safe
Thank
space,
you. Thank you.
finding the different recipes in your palate and adjusting it and taking time to do that. Because I'd rather you juice and add a little sweetener to it than still be drinking the soda, to still be drinking the Kool-Aid, to still be drinking stuff that are store-bought with all the different ingredients in there. And so
Mm-hmm.
what we typically don't do is we don't give ourselves enough grace to
Mm-hmm.
grieve the life that we used to live and really be intentional about embracing new choices, new things that could potentially be good. And once you
Mm.
find it, then you know it's a vibe. And
Right.
so I would just say, Jonathan, add
Okay.
more sweeter fruits, add more apples to whatever you thought you needed to add extra sweetener to. Like
Okay.
it's okay.
Yeah,
The
Okay.
natural
Jonathan.
sugar is better than the processed sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for sure, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm just going through this thing. Like I know we talking about juicing now, but even like yesterday, because we were picking up my son, we had to just moving around. Was trying to take him to swim lessons. And then me and my wife, we previously, I know this is slightly off topic. We're gonna bounce right back. I just got to
Okay.
get this off because Jovonnie
Okay.
here, family
Okay.
here. You understand
Do
me?
your thing.
But yeah, me and my wife we was talking about going to Chick-fil-A, and then she was like, "Do you want to still go to Chick-fil-A and get our son, like some nuggets or whatever?" And I said, "Nah, hold on." I said, "Hold off. We gonna hold off on Chick-fil-A today." Because
Uh-huh.
I was reading, the information, everything I've been
Do
hearing.
your
So I said,
research.
no, we got this app and you can scan the stuff in the grocery store. It tells you like how healthy it is. So we ended up getting some of those healthier nuggets from Walmart. So I was proud about that decision because
Mm-hmm.
your boy here, I
You
love
should be
Chick-fil-A
proud.
#2. Love a Chick-fil-A #2, spicy deluxe, sweet tea, all the sauces. So I'm just saying. So we're taking steps, Jovonnie. We're taking
I'm
steps.
very proud of you. You're not necessarily taking steps, you're taking strides and you're affecting the
Come
generations that are
on.
coming after you. And so that's what I'm really proud about for you, Jonathan. Is I have the Yuka app too, YUKA, and I scan it as well. And I
Yes,
showed
ma'am.
it to my students, and some of my
Mm-hmm.
clients have showed it, and now their kids are more aware of what they're eating and what's in the ingredients. And so your child is going to appreciate that more. They're going to go the more holistic route for nuggets in the future just because they've had them already. Dad exposed them to it. It tastes good. So then they're not stressing with the addiction of going to that other restaurant you just named to get chicken
Mm.
nuggets all the time. And so that's the beautiful part about healthy habits and lifestyle changes is that it starts affecting not just your life but those around
Mm-hmm.
you that you love, because now
Mm.
you're exposing them to something different. You're helping them know that there's different options out there for them that they may actually like and enjoy. And
Right.
that's the cool part about it, because you don't go through life just loving yourself. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's what I enjoy most about my journey and my experience, is that I'm seeing other people tap into it or even try it. And it's okay if
Mm.
you don't like it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that,
yeah,
at
Right.
for
least you
sure.
tried it, so you can still keep figuring out on your journey, embracing it, what it is that you would like to do, what you would like to try.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's real.
So I have my celery juice. I have the celery shots and I do this is like 2 shots in one. And then I do cucumber juice. I do a whole pitcher, like a Kool-Aid pitcher
Me
Mm.
of
too.
of
That's what I
cucumber
pour
juice.
out mine too in my
Cucumber juice
life.
just goes so fast because it turns into like your water. Like you have your water and then you have your cucumber juice. And
Mm.
then I do obviously, you do your ginger and your turmeric. Um, and then yesterday,
Beet juice. Beet juice.
oh my gosh, the beet juice is disgusting. It's not
Wait,
pure
you just
beet
did
juice.
just beat?
No, no, I would never do that to myself, Jovonnie. No,
Giovanni
I
Oh,
would
Giovanni
never.
face was like she looked traumatized. That's
and
Exactly.
she was already drinking just the celery juice. My mom
No,
loves celery juice. I am not just celery. Like, you gotta give me some
really.
pineapple. You gotta give me some apple. Like, I gotta have a fruit with that celery. I am not just a
yeah, that
I
pineapple
celery
for sure.
type
I
of
just
person.
I just take a shot of that thing and keep it rolling. I
I
know
bet
it's
you
celery
do.
juices, but no, with the
See?
beets, I think I did beets, probably some apples, just sweeten fruit to
I
put
love
some.
beets,
Yes,
apples, carrots, and ginger. Like, that's really
I
good. And then if you
think.
throw some pineapple in there, oh my gosh, pineapple,
Man,
apple,
Mmm.
beets, and carrot is
Mm-hmm.
so freaking
pineapple, apple,
delicious.
beet, carrot.
So,
Okay.
producer Britt, if you because you're in the
Okay.
Dallas area, Recipe Oak Cliff, I think she calls
Oh.
it old school roots, Miss T at Recipe
Okay.
Oak Cliff. I
Yes.
absolutely love the old school. A lot of people love the Kool-Aid. Again, it's still the
Mm-hmm.
beets, but you would never know. I had a client a
Mm.
couple of years ago who did not like beets. So they have to tell me like the fruits, the vegetables, things that they don't like, because
Mhm.
juicing is a part of the experience. Like you
Right.
say, like switching out the drinks from the sodas, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of sugar and stuff. Juicing and smoothie is definitely a great way to flood your body with nutrients in a quick way.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
can make juicing quick, smoothies even quicker, you
Right.
know. But she tried it. She got the Kool-Aid and she was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so good." And I was like, "But you said you didn't like beets." So I couldn't even.
Right.
And I
Mm-hmm.
guess like sometimes when you put it in a different way, but beets can be so earthy. It's
So
not for
earthy.
everybody, but you
Super
gotta have
earthy.
the right combination because they can be so helpful for you, especially those that are women. Beets are absolutely amazing.
And
Okay. Oh
so,
yeah, we
yeah,
had.
can you,
Hold on, wait,
oh,
Rick. Hold on, wait. Well, if you got something on that, I just want to hit that question in the chat. But go
yeah,
ahead. Go
can
ahead.
speak? Can you just speak a little bit more on the beats and the benefits of it for women?
Okay, so beets help with blood flow. So Jonathan could
Mm.
benefit from beets
Okay.
too, but they really help with blood flow. Good for iron too. So beets is a great ingredient to consider when you're in that menstrual cycle, part of the
Mm.
phases of your cycle. So when you
Okay.
are bleeding, you want
Mm-hmm.
to be able to get in the beets. It's almost kind of like, you know how they say like your fruits and vegetables kind of start looking like the organs in the ways that you need to use them. And
Yes.
you see like
Uh,
that
Yes.
nice red beet, and you was like,
Yeah.
"Woo, wait a minute!" So like even
Right.
when you're not on your cycle and you get the
wow.
beets flowing and you start
Yes.
tinkling, and you be
Mm.
like, "Oh, what is this?" And it's just the
Exactly.
beets naturally coming out. It's like, wait a minute, what's happening down there?
That's so funny.
It's just very rich in that red color, but
Mm-hmm.
really good source of iron. Really helps with the blood flow. And so beets are just really good, but you have to pair them with the right thing, y'all. You got to pair them with the right thing.
Mm.
And
Okay.
that's and
What's the
I mean
question?
and that's funny y'all talk about beets because actually so my wife actually pickled some beets and then my son would tear them things up. He
Oh,
would tear them thing. Jovonnie, he's like, I want more beats. I'm like, what is wrong with you,
that
bro?
boy gonna be
Okay.
healthy. I
He
Hey,
love
is,
it.
and
hey,
that's a good
Body
thing.
gonna be
That's
hey,
a good
clean.
hey.
Body
He was
clean.
rocking with the V. He was like, cool. Hey, get some more of that. Get some more of that. But
Okay, what's
let
it?
kids play podcast. Dropped in the chat. They said, what's in the cucumber water? Because y'all was talking about the cucumber water
My
and just
straight
being excited
cucumber.
about it.
My straight cucumber juice. Well, once it come out the when it come out the juicer, I pour it in a pitcher. Pour it in a
Mm,
pitcher. Now I have cups like this. I have cups like this, and they have the little lid, and they have the straw to go with it. Now I might fill up. Let's kids play podcast. I might fill up about right here with cucumber juice, literally where my water is, and then I might put this much water in there just to give it a little. But if I'm not feeling it and I forget the water, it's cucumber juice all day.
straight
And you
cucumber.
see me bring that to work, Jonathan.
Yeah, I was about to say because isn't one of your favorite like cucumber watermelon? Don't you do the cucumber
Well,
watermelon?
I
I feel
do
like that's one you said.
cucumber. My mom is my mom's favorite recipe. She does
Okay.
watermelon, Jovonnie. She does watermelon. She does mint, and then she does a little bit of cayenne
Oh,
pepper.
that's right.
And
So I
Oh,
that
wanted
is
okay.
to
her
do mint
thing.
in my watermelon, but my mom doesn't like watermelon. And so when I typically juice, I
Ah,
like to make sure I have enough for her too, because you know in that Nama J2, you're batch juice prepping. But I've
right.
been juicing the yellow meat watermelon, the red seeded watermelon, and I just absolutely love it. Still add the
I
lime and
bet.
the ginger, but I think I would
Mm.
vibe with the mint as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because I used to like mojitos back in the day.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
And so I
Okay.
really feel like a little hint of the mint into
Mm-hmm.
the juice vibe, I think would be really nice. But I didn't do it only because I like to share the healing
The
journey
healing
of it
journey.
with
That's
my
Yes.
mom,
beautiful.
and she doesn't typically.
Understood.
That's
Understood.
beautiful.
So, with all your juicing experience and for however long you've been juicing and with the symptoms that you've had, how has it healed you?
Man, producer Britt. So first of all, the energy is always up. Like
Okay.
just getting in the nutrients, the energy is always up. Most of the time, I'm more energetic and vibrant than my middle school students or my high school
Wow.
students, and I take pride in that. Like
I
it,
love
it's
it. I
just
know. I love it. I love it.
I know, especially like I'm 38. So
Okay.
it's like these 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, and I'm like doubling them up. And
Still can't
it's
keep
so
up.
fun. So the
Man.
energy is a vibe. Pain, reduce
Mm-hmm.
pain. That painful bowel movement that I told you about, I rarely ever experience it anymore.
Mm.
My menstrual cycles. Remember, I told you 3 months not even having a cycle, not knowing when my cycles will even come.
Mm-hmm.
That flows effortlessly. I have to use my app to see when it's coming because now I don't even know when it's coming on. Before, I used to get the
Mm.
knocks on the uterus saying, "Hey, I'm coming through."
Right.
Um,
Mm.
the week before, the PMS and the mood swings, like
She's
it's not really there.
hilarious.
Like
Oh
I
my
have to
goodness.
figure it out. Like what's
Mm-hmm.
happening?
Man.
Is something happening? When you coming? Will you be
Mm-hmm.
on when I go on vacation or not?
Oh
And
my
so
gosh.
it's really being a thing where I'm starting to live life normally without
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm,
pain
Mm-hmm.
and the vibration. And because of going on the journey and being on the journey, I'm realizing how to listen more to my body. And I
mm,
think that's the most
good.
important part is listening to your body and then doing things differently because you're tuned in to your
Gotcha.
body. And I think we typically show up for ourselves on the outside
Mm-hmm.
instead of the inside. And so when endometriosis, adenomyosis, polycystic ovarian syndrome, those two small fibroids they found in my uterus at the time of my surgery, that told me that I had to care about what I was putting into my body, what was going on inside my body, and how to truly care for myself all the way around,
Mm-hmm.
not just how I feel when I wake up or what I see in the mirror or what the scale says. And so that has been a
Mm,
big thing for me. So I've been able to love myself more through my choices. I've been able to help other people
Mm-hmm.
reduce their pain. I had one client, producer Britt, that used to bleed 14 to 21 days out of the month. And
Whew.
I don't know,
ooh,
Jonathan, if you that
mm,
probably would have been the scripture for today, straight
man.
from the source. The lady who
Right.
bled the whole time.
Oh,
Yo, my
come on.
gosh.
Testify.
Like,
Hey,
yeah.
man.
And now she's at 4 to 5 days and using ultra thin pads instead of doubling up 2 or 3 pads at one time because we know
Yeah.
those who
Wow.
have healthier cycles. And
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
so lifestyle changes rooted in mindset, mindful eating, and movement really is changing people's life. And you can't get your life
Beautiful.
back, but you can
Yeah.
start living with more intention and have a better quality of life. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's what matters most to me. Is that I keep living the life that I know I deserve, but also making sure other people know they deserve the same thing.
I agree. I
Mm,
agree. So, with your healing journey, what are some foods? What are some things that you just cut out of your diet and
mm.
replaced?
Oh my goodness. Cut out and replace. Cut out and replace. So I am now plant-based, so no more meat. So the seafood
Ah.
is gone. And
Now,
that
okay,
was
now is that a personal before we get because I think about like I'm like I love a good steak. I just had steak the other day. But is it necessary to give up certain type of meats or foods to get the results that you want, in that area and to relieve that pain?
so I will never tell you if it's necessary or not because
Uh-huh.
Mm,
you are the director of your healing journey. So
Okay.
it's your journey. So for me, I realized that cutting out the meat, my body responded so much better with that.
Mm.
There's some people who say I still want the salmon because they want the nutritional benefits of the salmon, the omega
Yeah.
3s, the fatty acids. So that's the source of protein that they like and
Mhm.
they feel
Mhm.
like their body needs. But for me and for the clients that I have had, most of their success has come from eating more plant based foods, fruits,
Mm.
the vegetables, the grains, being more intentional with that. Your body responds differently when you're able to consume just the fruits, the vegetables, the
It
grains that
does.
you're able to consume. It just helps and shows up in a different way. And a lot of
Mhm.
times, producer Britt, there's not a lot that you're getting from that meat that you're putting in. And so you
True.
start eating with a purpose. And so
Mhm.
if I'm not getting much from it, I just see it as nutrient dense or like a waste. And so
Yeah.
I typically don't try to make choices of consuming things that are just a waste. So I had to move
Mhm.
away from emotional eating, comfort eating, because the sugar, the dairy. Oh my gosh, I don't know where the dairy lovers are, but please, oh please, I'm gonna
mm.
start and keep putting it. Just leave the grater at the table was
Leave the
who
gr
I was back in the day. Like to tell me to stop. Okay,
Yeah.
just tell me when. Like I heard you the first time. Keep that thing
Keep
cranking.
going.
Like
Keep
I came
going.
for the cheese with a side of pasta. You know
I
what I'm
feel
saying?
you. I feel
Oh,
So
you.
it was
man.
always like a big thing for me. The
Man.
dairy, the sugar, the cake. Oh my gosh. Producer Britt, Jonathan, my
No
aunt,
cake, Jovonnie?
Thanksgiving,
No
the
cake?
cake, the
Oh.
cake, y'all. It used to
Oh,
be what
my
they called a
goodness.
marble cake. And it was
Mm,
Mm.
like the almost like a yellow cake kind
yeah.
of cake is what my aunt would bake. And then she would mix the white icing with the
Yep.
chocolate icing. Cream
Yep.
cheese and not the whipped kind. We going all
Mhm.
the way
Mm,
with the thick quality, and she would mix the two icings at the top. Me and my cousin, we were in college. We would fight over who would get the last pieces of cake just to take back to school. Like the sugar, the processed breads, cakes, rice. Oh, we ate rice every meal. I came to Dallas, and my friend was like, "Do y'all eat rice with every dinner that y'all have?" And I didn't even realize that wasn't a thing. Like it was just a staple. Like, yeah, you got
Right.
rice and gravy, rice and vegetables, right?
Yeah, that's what I was
Rice everywhere.
Y'all
And you don't get
African.
nothing out
Yeah,
of
all
that
that
rice.
rice.
Oh
Exactly.
man, right.
Anything but into sugar. And so it was so many different things, producer Britt, that I realized that I was consuming that wasn't best for me. But it was never a place to go into restriction and say, I can never have this. Now, I do
Gotcha.
not plan or intend to ever go back to meat because my body has been able to thrive and feel so much better without it. So why
Understood.
add it back to it?
Yeah.
But I
For sure.
am someone who went and studied mindful eating. I don't know if Jonathan remembers this, but I used to be like, oh, I'm a mindful eater. I didn't realize that was a thing until I looked it up. I was like, oh. So then I went and took the
Wow.
certification in it, and I was like, oh, this relationship with food. How do you mindful eat? If your body's craving something, go have it. You don't got to have the whole box. You ain't got to have to eat the whole cake. You don't have to get a dozen of cookies. You can get that
Right.
one cookie if that's what you're craving. Like satisfy the craving that you have. Be with your emotions. Why do I want this? What is really happening? So you know it's more than just about the food, but
Yeah.
being mindful of the decisions when you're eating and not just going in restriction, because then you can start having eating issues and disorders and conditions because you're so caught up on not having this or not having that. And the goal is for me to make sure that you're getting in the functional nutritional benefits of consuming what it is that you're eating. And you got to be like a nutritionist about that, which is why I got like a whole guide to help you know, like you're getting vitamins and minerals, proteins, essential fat.
And that's a good point because I watched this documentary on, I keep telling Jonathan to watch it, but it's that gut health documentary on Netflix. And that right there, that really got me on my juice journey. Like my mom, she used to juice, like she juices all the time. And then I was like, I would have a juice here and there. And then when I watched that and the comment that you said, when you're eating fruits and vegetables, it makes your body respond differently. And after watching that and hearing what you just said, and I was like, that is true because I juice a lot because I'm not a heavy salad person. I never like salad. And so like if I like salad and I'm not one of those people like, oh, you have to put a lot of dressing on it for me to like it. I just don't like salad. And then on top of that, I'm like, well, it's 90% water anyway. So I can get it, another way. And so that was
that you
my,
said that.
so that was
That's
my,
the gem right there, producer Britt. If you don't like it in one way, you can get it another way, and you'll still get the
yes.
nutritional benefits that your body needs. Say it louder for the people in the back.
Yes, Jovonnie. Yes, exactly. And then when you were saying about, cutting things out of your diet, things like that, but that documentary, it was like a chart and it talks about, having a high fiber diet because, how you said you eat a lot of rice. Rice doesn't have a lot of fiber in it. Certain meats don't have a lot of fiber in it. I think maybe I think broccoli don't have a lot of fiber. So one of them, but I have a chart and I look at the chart and I make sure that I'm eating foods that have a high fiber because it goes through your body. And so were you saying that like the mindful eating, like I didn't even know that was a thing until you said it, but I've been mindful. And so I was like,
Come on,
oh
mindful.
my gosh.
Come on,
So,
mindful Britt. Mindful
Because
Britt.
you were
yes.
empowered by your education first. So once you saw something that was different, you like, ooh, let me look a little bit more into it. And you made the decision on your own. And so like, I never want to be that person to say, oh, you have to be plant-based or, oh, you need to eat this or, oh, you can only have that. But I will tell you, if this is what you're experiencing, you could eat more of this and that's going to help you. And there's something that you just said that I absolutely love, producer Britt, and it was about the fiber. So many people always be like, well, where do you get your protein from? Where you get your protein from? Everybody act like protein is everything.
It's like the end all be all, right?
If you don't get the fiber in, everything that you're consuming is going to stay stuck someplace, storage, causing backups, causing issues because you're not using and eating and consuming that fiber to help your body release and reduce and get it out of you.
Yes.
So while you worry about your protein, you want your protein all in you, or you want things flowing through you and not stuck and caught up in your gut. And so I'm glad that you mentioned that.
Yeah, that's why my dad be in the back in his office eating a handful of peanuts and eating all these snacks. I'm like,
Snack
what? And so
attack.
when I was little, I was like, why are you eating all this? He's like, it's my fiber, fiber, fiber. And it wasn't until you get older and you're like, oh, you need fiber to
Definitely.
get it
High
through you.
fiber.
High fiber. Yeah, you need it to get it through your body so you can have those bowel movements. So
Hey,
yeah, because
That
that
are
is the most
needed.
healthy.
And some
That's the
people
most
think
healthy
that's
part.
bad. Some people think
Yes.
having the bowel movements are bad. They don't want to be in the bathroom. Like, so you want all of that to stay
natural.
in you?
Stay
Like, that
in
doesn't
there.
make no
Get that
sense.
out of there.
Get it out of you by any
Get that
means
out of
necessary.
there.
Yes.
Yes, please. Don't be full of
Okay.
all your life.
Okay, I know we're winding down on time, so we got a little fun rapid fire questions for you, Miss Jovonnie. I have enjoyed you so much. I'm so happy to meet you finally.
Y'all long
Okay.
lost friends. Y'all long lost friends in this thing.
Yes. Okay, so here we go. Coffee, tea, or green juice?
Ooh, woo! Green juice me. Depends on what this in the green juice. Green juice me, baby.
Okay. Do you drink coffee still or no?
I do not. Never was a coffee drinker. I was a
Okay.
tea drinker, but the
Okay.
tea was mostly the sugar and the milk. You see that? Keep going.
See that, Jonathan? See that? See
Mhm.
that? Okay.
Mhm.
And then what's your go-to feel-good meal?
Oh my gosh. And I was
Mhm.
just talking about this the other day.
Mhm.
My go-to like my favorite meal.
Yeah, sure. Mhm.
One of my favorite meals is True Foods Kitchen double cheeseburger.
Ah.
Oh my goodness. That is one of them.
Oh.
Another one, Recipe Oak Cliff, the Chipotle walnut meat tacos. So if I am a vibe for the raw food, the Chipotle walnut meat tacos will change your life. I had one person saw it on my Instagram, and she went and she started dreaming about it after she had those tacos. So the
Oh
Chipotle
my
walnut
gosh.
tacos is a vibe. The double cheeseburger, and the double cheeseburger isn't like your Beyond Burger or
Right.
Impossible Burger patties. Like they make it out of beets,
Mhm.
walnuts, and mushrooms. So I need to figure out how to make that at home. But oh
Jonathan,
my goodness, those two would be like one of my favorites. The Brussels sprouts from
yes.
Iconic
I've
Eatery.
been there before.
I
I
feel
love
like
that
down
place.
the street right now. The Brussels sprouts from Iconic Eatery. He does something with those Brussels sprouts and then toss them in some like Thai chili, sweet goodness sauce, like an Asian vibe with the Brussels sprouts. Oh my
Bless him.
God.
Bless him.
I need
And
all
the
these
vegan
food
mac and
places.
cheese from Hope Boy, Chef Rico.
Man,
Oh my
say.
The
gosh.
vegan mac and
As
cheese.
she's listing them off, Britt. As she listing them off, Jovonnie, the coach in me is saying, this is a checklist. This a PDF downloadable PDF right here. All
Oh
these
my
places,
gosh.
especially in the DFW, because she said she needed.
Gotcha.
I already know I need it.
Got
I'm
you,
like,
coach.
Right. I
hey,
know I need it. Okay, so
man,
your favorite wellness book or podcast?
I can't be biased, right?
you can say whatever
You
you
can
want to
say
say.
whatever you want.
My favorite podcast is the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast, y'all. It is my absolute favorite because not only am I documenting my journey, advocating and validating experiences, I absolutely love my guests. Male, female, all the different experiences. I love being able to hear their journeys of strength. It doesn't only teach me things about life, but it also empowers me to know that there's so much healing that can happen in the world and it's possible. And so the Empowered Place, Empire Lives podcast, right off the dome would have to be my favorite thus far.
Love it.
Book. Woo! Book. Book. Favorite book.
What's that, podcast or book?
Oh, okay, good. Okay, because
Okay,
I was about
okay.
to say Good Morning Beautiful, because it was the first time that I saw polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS, be actually talked about, discussed with the main character. And the author ended up coming on the podcast because she struggled with fibroids, but she brought in that PCOS character. And so I think that's one of my favorite books, wellness books, because it was so relatable. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I could see myself in here.
So can you give the title of that book one more time?
It's called Good Morning Beautiful, and it's
Good
by
Morning Beautiful.
Danis L. Reed.
Okay.
Danis L. Reed. Absolutely love it. Definitely check it out. It's a series. It's book 2 in the
Oh, I love it.
series. You can read it by itself, but absolutely amazing book.
Got it. Best advice you've ever received on healing?
It's your healing. It's your journey. Do what's best for you. That's the one. And progress over perfection. I tell people that all the time, because you might want to do something and you might fail or you don't do it perfect. And if you're someone like me and perfection matters, or you're striving for perfection, you start to lose sight of how to be patient with yourself and give yourself grace as you're navigating different things, something your body's never done before, or ways that you're showing up that you've never done, even when it comes to setting boundaries and no longer being a people pleaser. Like, a lot of these things are shifted from childhood experiences and things that you never taught or you never even know. So some of the things that y'all might have heard today that you didn't even know, like the fiber, like the juicing, like the Yucca app, like Jonathan Tavin, and exposing your children to things with less harmful ingredients. Like, you didn't know those things. So give yourself grace. But now that you know, how are you changing and shifting and living your life differently based on this newfound knowledge? And so I would say progress over perfection, and really know that it's your healing, it's your journey, what it looks like for you. It doesn't have to look like anybody else, because your body is different. Your life is different. So
Yeah.
you have to show up and love you differently.
Love it. Progress over perfection. Last one right here. One thing you tell your younger self during your toughest health moments. One thing you tell yourself during your toughest health moments. Younger self.
You've done hard things before. You've shown up for other people. So when it's time to show up for you, that's who you need most, is you. You love you.
Yeah.
You care for you. You show up for you. Don't look around for anybody else to show up for you besides you showing up for you first and you loving you first. That's what I would tell my younger self.
Amen to that. Because I always tell people, no one's going to
That's
come
real.
save you. Better save yourself.
Nobody coming to save us except
Ain't nobody
Jesus.
come except Jesus.
Except
But
when he
yeah,
come back
you
home.
better save yourself. Better save yourself. Thank you so much, Jovonnie, for coming on the show. I enjoyed this so much. I have to do this again and again and again and again. But yes, I need all of those restaurants that you said, because yeah, I need that vegan mac and cheese for sure. My sister was vegan for about 11 years, so I did get to taste all the vegan recipes and all the vegan food. So the vegan desserts, oh man, they
I
yeah,
forgot about that. The
so
raw cheese
good.
is really good.
So good.
Hmm.
Yes.
Oh.
But Jonathan, I can sit here and talk to Jovonnie all day. So
I see
you might as
that. I
well
see.
go
She
ahead
gonna
and
have to
sit
come
there
back.
and close us out, because I'm
Jovonnie gonna
never
have to
gonna
come
get
back.
off. Yeah.
Yeah. Jovonnie got to come back. So y'all, man, first of all, before we even get out of here, I'm about to close it out and everything, but whatever. This is my show. I'm gonna extend a little bit. Man, Jovonnie, I just want to let you know, like, so many people sit in that seat as a guest, and Britt and I have seen many people from her profession and everything, and even from my. But when I tell you, I bigged you up a little bit. But for you to come on the show and to tear it down, like I'm talking about, Britt wasn't even looking at the time. Y'all was just talking, and then you was just cooking, like you was just putting on game, like, hey, this is what you do, this is it. You're able to speak from not only a place of experience, but also you're able to speak from people that you've helped, and then also be the real life testimonial, right? Be the real life testament of like what deciding to choose wellness for your journey and for your life looks like. Thank you for just being true to the mission, true to yourself, helping people, living in your truth, but also being able to stand on business. Like you're not reading off nothing over there. You don't got no note cards. You ain't reading off no screen. You just been looking at us and you just been, okay, y'all want to go left? Let's go left. Y'all want to go right? Let's go right. Y'all want to do an audible? Let's do an audible. And then just cooking. So y'all, if y'all have not tapped in with Jovonnie, be sure to follow her, Wellness with Jovonnie. Follow her. Listen to her podcast. I got the fire going off in the chat, of course, because Jovonnie burned it down. And then y'all also, Jovonnie has a training. She also has a training coming up. We dropped the link in the chat. But you can sign up, you register for that training. We're also going to have it in the description. And the trainer ultimately, if you're tired of patching symptoms, it's time to shift your habits and heal for real. Y'all got to register for the training so you can learn about the HEAL method. All right. So it's a free training. Sign up, get tapped in. So Jovonnie, thank you for being here. We're gonna close it out because I know you got places to be, and I gotta go feed my son in there. So family, this is Speaker Success in the Morning. Every single day, Monday through Friday. We're live 6 a.m. Central Standard to 7 a.m. Central Standard. We went a little over today, but oh well. And y'all, today, I'm just gonna say, identify your decisions, especially when it comes to your eating and when your health, and then make the edits and make the changes that you want to see the results from. After talking with Jovonnie today, I'm like, dang, I need to make some decisions, and I need to actually I need to hire Jovonnie. Need to hire Jovonnie to help me edit and make some changes in my eating habits because I want to have more energy than a 12-year-old. You know what I'm talking about? So, family, like I said before, this is Speak Your Success in the Morning. We're live Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Central Standard, 7 a.m. Central Standard. Subscribe if you have not so you don't miss an episode. But always remember, family, speak your success, believe in your greatness, and continue to create the life and business of your dreams. Why should you and why would you live any other